everyone, it's Samia Khan here with the Fox 10 News Now update. Joining me is Dave Muncy because the big story of the day, well, aside from Super Bowl week, is weather.
Well, it's part of Super Bowl week story too, yeah. And you know, the thing is the report from all of the reporters, and I think really unanimously, are the people that are complaining are the locals, and the people that don't seem to care are the people that are from Boston and the people that are from Seattle.
Right, because this weather's still better than what they got.
This is their weather. They
well,
feel
for
at
Seattle,
home.
this is Seattle weather. For New England, this is still better than the feet of snow they're buried in.
Absolutely. I think 24.6 inches of snow in Boston.
Absolutely crazy.
And I've spent some time in Seattle, and I know what the rain is like out there. Once it starts, it doesn't stop at a certain time of the year. It gets kind of nasty. So, yeah, this is different weather. It's weather we need here in Arizona. We don't need it this week, but
I don't think the golfers out there in the Phoenix Open need it either.
No, and you know the thing is though, golfers are athletes. Enough said.
I don't even know what that comment means.
Well, athletes play in the rain.
That's
you know,
true,
if you're
you're
going
right.
to play for those kinds of dollars and
that
stuff, that
grass
it would
is
be
really
nice.
important.
No, it would be nice. It would be nice. But, you know, you like the amateurs on a rainy day, they line up to get on the course as well.
Right.
And you just learn to play in it. They won't play if there's lightning within 10 miles of the course. And that I don't think there has been much lightning today with all of that. But if you look at the radar, you will see there's still plenty of rain out there coming in from the south as it has, and we can zoom around a little bit, get down and look at Phoenix and watch it come in from the south, back off. Still some on the California coast as they continue to pick up a little bit of moisture. In fact, around San Diego, as you can see, pretty good little blast of it right there. And then down into Phoenix, fairly solid still as it comes in. And then there are a couple of flood advisories out, but they will be expired by 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Even if they reissue them, I think they'll expire early. And then once again, a look up in the Flagstaff area where we're not seeing a lot of snow, very high elevation snow, although you do see that little pink spot over there. That is a winter weather warning area, and that is in effect until 5 o'clock, until noon tomorrow. It's from 5 a.m. this morning until noon tomorrow. And they could extend that one out just a little bit from what we're looking at right now. And then there's the advisory right there, as we were mentioning. And then also, here are the rainfall amounts as we have them so far. These are the total storm rainfall amounts, 70/100ths of an inch in Tempe, 79/100ths of an inch in Mesa. So they're getting pretty good rain down there. In Phoenix so far, 51/100ths of an inch, 59/100ths in Ahwatukee. In Glendale, 59/100ths of an inch, 43/100ths of an inch in Peoria. So we're getting some pretty good rain out there. Also, I made this chart up just to give you an idea of the rainfall total amounts that we should be experiencing through the rest of the storm. So as I mentioned, 51/100ths of an inch in the rain bucket already. We could be looking by 9 o'clock this evening at getting 56 inches. So that's an additional 5/100ths of an inch. I said 56 inches, 56/100ths of an inch. So that's another 5/100ths of an inch.
56 inches would be a lot.
That'd be a lot.
Of rain.
Be a lot for anybody. Not mentioning Phoenix.
Right.
But as you can see, we gain over the next 24-hour period. In fact, stretched out a little past that, we gain probably. No, actually, it's right up to about the next 24 hours. We're going to gain about 13/100ths of an inch in rainfall, and that's just this steady drizzle that continues to come down. And then also, I wanted to give you a look at this. This is the big stuff.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow, 68 degrees with a chance of rain. The biggest chance of rain is going to be in the morning. It's about a 50% chance of rain. We make up for everything on Sunday with 72 degrees and just a few clouds on a mostly sunny day. But look at it right now. It's 56 degrees out there, and we have some rain coming down. So the folks at TPC had to deal with the wet grounds, rain coming down intermittently today. And it'll be a little intermittent tomorrow morning as well, because our best chances for rain are going to be in the northern portion of the valley and the eastern portion of the valley, and that's both categories as far as TPC is concerned. So that stuff is out there, and it is going to continue to come in through the night tonight and part of the morning tomorrow. Snow has not been a big factor. The snow levels have been, I think, above 7,500 feet or 8,000 foot levels. So snow hasn't been a big factor for us in this storm at all.
Yeah, I want to actually take a live look outside right now at the tower cam just for viewers and see what it looks like right now outside.
Yeah, kind of hazy.
You can't really see anything.
Yeah, kind of hazy out there. And we've had some fog off and on through the day today, and the cooler temperatures help to create that. So we'll see that from time to time as well. But yeah, there you go. You wouldn't want to be a pilot flying through that, would you?
Well, which is interesting that you say you wouldn't want to be a pilot, because I hear the traffic at Sky Harbor today is insane. Even just like when I'm walking outside, like I walked outside for like a 2-minute period, and I saw 2 planes fly above the news station on its way to Sky Harbor. I hear there's like a ton of flights coming in today for both those Super
it's going to
Bowl.
be loaded. It's going to be loaded, but then again, that fog picture you're seeing with that haze in it and everything like that, it's a little bit of haze, it's a little bit of fog, it's a little bit of rain coming down, and that's in a kind of confined area on the mountain there that we were looking at. When you get down to Sky Harbor, it's wide open and there's kind of breezy. It's blowing that stuff out of there, so their visibilities are very good down there. They're going to get the planes in and out. They have, like you said, they're crazy with planes coming in today. I was driving, I think I saw 8 of them lined up in a landing pattern ready to come in.
It's crazy. I know. I was eavesdropping on our afternoon meeting, and I think I want to say it was Mark Martinez who said that he had a friend coming in for Burbank to Phoenix, and his or her flight was delayed 2 hours just because of all of the delays, because
everything
of so much flight
backs
activity.
Up, no matter what happens. If you get a delay anywhere, the way the flight situations are across America today, if you get a flight delayed anywhere almost, it's going to back up flights in other places. And I'll tell you the thing that scares the bejeebers out of me.
What's that?
That's that when they show that map that shows all the planes that are in the air at one time.
Right.
And it's almost like they're colored yellow. It's almost like a massive solid yellow across the country, and you go, where do you find room for all of them?
I'm just fascinated that these air traffic controllers can just manage all of this.
Yep.
The fact that there's so many planes out in the sky.
Yep.
And you never hear of plane crash, you know what I mean? Like something like that, and it's like I'm just so amazed by it.
Yeah, not too many head-on collisions when it comes to planes.
Not
that's
at all.
For sure.
Whereas in the world of cars, I mean, we
a little different
unfortunately
story.
cover it quite a bit. So,
Yeah, but it's going to be a busy weekend. It's going to be a busy day. Sunday will be busy. Late Sunday will be busy. Because there are a lot of people that come into town that don't have tickets.
Right.
And so then they're going to want to get out of town a little bit ahead of the crowd, so they'll leave on Sunday and maybe get home to watch the game in time to watch the game or something like that. But the majority of people, just about everybody's leaving on Monday.
Right.
Which is, of course, a big travel holiday, too. Mm-hmm. Groundhog's Day. You don't travel to go see everybody on Groundhog's Day?
I mean, if I got the day off, I would.
There
I
you
feel
go.
I feel like the Super Bowl should be its own holiday. The day after Super Bowl should be a national, observed holiday.
Observed
Just give
holiday.
everyone
Everybody
the day
has
off.
the day off.
I mean, because so many of us are probably you're going to be working Sunday.
I'll be working
A
Sunday.
lot of us are working Sunday. I know
Yeah.
Rick and Andrea are coming in to do the morning show on Sunday. I'll be coming in to do News Now in the afternoon. I just feel like we should just all get Monday off as an
there you
observed
go.
holiday. But then
I've
again,
already
no one in
taken.
news.
I've already taken a day for Sunday, but if you
Oh,
want to
I
give me
haven't.
Monday as
It's
well,
okay.
that would work.
I just think that because football is an American pastime and people love this sport, it's only right that we give
when
all the fans a national holiday. I mean, there's a holiday for everything.
When I was growing up in North Dakota, the first day of duck hunting season
right.
was you got off school.
Really?
Oh, yeah, everybody.
Maybe we should all
people
move to
went.
North Dakota.
People went to school. I mean, people went to school that weren't hunters. People that didn't hunt went to school. But it was just known that if your dad wrote you a note, you could take the day because he was going to take you out hunting. It was the first day of duck hunting season. Was always a day that we took off. And you didn't have to make it up or anything.
That's
it was just
amazing.
everybody understood.
I feel like there was probably an increased interest in duck hunting.
Yeah, well, I doubt that they do that anymore. I doubt that they allow that anymore.
Right.
Because they've changed the rules so much, But when I went to school, it was whatever whatever you could think of went, and they thought up a lot of neat stuff back then. But I thought duck hunting season. Yeah, I was a duck hunter, and my dad took us every first day of the season, and so we all took off school.
That's amazing. I don't think kids these days have that option.
We used to,
or maybe they still do in North Dakota. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think they do. We used to take a day off of school when the water broke on the dam, when the ice broke, because we always liked to go skiing on that day. Water skiing, we had to get our wetsuits out there, so we would take a day that day too. But now, gee, they make you go every day. What's going on there?
That's crazy. Let's see. I want to go back and look at these Phoenix Open temperatures once more.
Well, this is important stuff because these guys, like you mentioned earlier, they don't like to play in the rain. I would imagine even football players don't like to play in the rain so much. But golf is a finesse game, and it's a game like you mentioned earlier. You don't necessarily want to play on wet grass, but they have been, and they will continue to play on wet grass on Saturday. Sunday is going to be a beautiful day for the people that are going to be finishing the tournament on Sunday. 72 degrees, just a few clouds. But once again, there's going to be soft. It's a soft course, soft greens because they're wet. They'll still be a little bit wet, so I imagine they'll be a little bit slow as well. So things change in the rain, and your best players are the ones that know how to play in all conditions. So those are the ones that will be surviving.
That's true. I mean, if you're Tiger Woods, you know how to.
Well,
you should know how to play.
I don't know if I would say that because I don't know if Tiger is going to be here on Saturday.
Oh, is he just really?
Yeah, I think he's
out?
way out. I think he's way out of play right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he's not doing well at all. Might be close to second or third to last or something like that. I'm not positive. Are you calling it up here? Is that you're looking to see, or
what's that?
I thought maybe you were calling up the on your
Tiger
computer what they were doing as far as the rounds were concerned today in the Phoenix Open. But I believe I heard a report when I was coming in, and they said if you wanted to see Tiger Woods, today was the day.
I'm so upset. I have tickets to the Phoenix Open that I was gonna use on the weekend since I'm working all week. I'm kind of bummed.
Well, what day would you use them?
What do you mean?
You would have to use them on Saturday. You off tomorrow?
What's that?
You have tickets for what day on the Phoenix Open?
What tickets? Well, it's good for use any day.
Oh. Okay, so he is out then, huh? Yeah, I was just saying that I thought it worst professional round ever today.
Yeah, that's
and he's
crazy.
Out. And you know what? I wish that hadn't happened because it took so long to get him back. I hope he doesn't feel jinxed on this course or something. Guys are like that.
I know, he hasn't been back in 14 years.
Yeah, and so it took a long time to get him back here after the incident on the 16th. And now I hate for him to have his worst round ever because he'll go, oh, I'm jinxed in Phoenix. And we may not see him again. So.
I know. I think, what if he doesn't come back for another 15 years?
Oh, boy. Well, toward the end of that, he probably wouldn't be playing too well anyway. So I think we just need to look to the next few years with Tiger. But, these young kids are taking over. They always do, no matter how good the champion is. I remember the day when nobody could catch him. When the tournament started and you had Tiger Woods in the tournament, you knew on Sunday he was going to pick up the trophy, and you were basically watching the tournament to see who was going to get second and third.
I'm just upset because I was really excited to see Tiger Woods play.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
So who am I supposed to be excited to see then?
Well, as I just said, there are all these young stars that are taking over now. Yeah, and I don't know who they are either. But let me tell you something. You've been to the Phoenix Open before.
I haven't.
Listen,
I've only
let me
lived
tell you
in
something.
Phoenix for like 3 months now.
Let me tell you something. The Phoenix Open is... I think they called it the classiest show on grass or something like that at one time.
Uh-huh.
It is. It is so much fun. The people out there are so much fun. If you go out there,
I'm still gonna
and
go tomorrow. That's my plan.
If you get out there and just sit in one place and watch the people go by, you'll just be amazed. You'll just be amazed. It's just fun to people watch at. It's fun to walk through the crowds. It's fun to walk up on the greens and watch different players play, see how they hit the ball and stuff. But I would say probably 80% of the people that go out there are not out there for golf. They're out there for the weather. They're out there for the atmosphere.
Socializing too.
There is a social life out there that's incredible, and it's not always at the bird's nest.
But it's supposed to be raining.
Oh, there's a possibility.
Tomorrow.
Well, not.
No?
Yeah,
I just looked at your forecast.
My
it showed
chart.
rain.
Yeah, my chart showed rain up till 3:00.
So I should go after, but then the sun sets. What do you
Yeah.
do? Deal with
Well,
rain
I
or
think
dark
it's going to be kind of spitting. I think it's going to be kind of off and on tomorrow. I don't think we're going to see rain like we're seeing today. Like tomorrow, in fact, if you look at it there with the 68 degrees, it's a partly cloudy sky that we're looking at. And then on Sunday, it's a mostly clear sky. But, I think it's going to spit and sputter a little bit, mostly in the morning. On Saturday. So still probably not a bad day. Probably salvage a pretty good day out of it late in the morning and through the afternoon.
Lots of rain out there, lots of weather. So my question is, Dave, when are we going to get our good weather again?
It's crazy. As soon as these people leave town. Yeah.
So you're basically saying that Seattle and New England brought their terrible weather to Phoenix.
Yeah, as soon as
it's
they leave,
fault.
it goes back home with them. And we go back to what we're used to, which is low 70s, then mid 70s, and then some upper 70s.
So you people from Seattle, or you New Englanders, basically, if you want to enjoy our good weather, don't leave like everyone else on Monday. Stay for a couple more days. Enjoy our resorts, our golf courses, our spas.
That's always the best way to do it.
All that fun stuff. Just stay for an extra vacation, and then you'll get the real Phoenix weather experience.
So a lot of people come in on Monday. Or on a Sunday or a Saturday to spend the week for the Super Bowl or for the Open or for whatever they might want to come in. I've always thought the best thing to do is come in like on a Thursday or a Friday and then stay the week after, because the week after all of the restaurants free up. All of the roadways free up.
Is it impossible to get a
all
reservation
of the museums?
right now?
So I would imagine it is, yes.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm having trouble getting a reservation at my house. So think of that. I called the other day. They said it's full. Sorry.
What's the hit meal at home?
The hit meal, my favorite meal?
Yeah, your favorite
beef
meal.
stroganoff.
Beef stroganoff.
Beef stroganoff.
That's the number one item on the menu?
That's the number one. Every time my wife says, what would you like tonight? I always say beef stroganoff. And of course she always goes, yeah, crazy.
She doesn't even have to ask you then. She already knows.
Well, the thing is it's hard to make. It's not something that you make every night. So she doesn't mean beef stroganoff when she says, what do you want tonight?
What's
She's
number two?
hoping I'll
What's
say,
the runner-up?
Oh, I mean, I have a lot of them. I'm a North Dakota guy. And it was funny because once here, it was a few general managers ago, but once here I signed a contract. And after I signed the contract, the general manager signed my hand and he said, I want to take you to dinner. What's your favorite meal? And I said, hamburger goulash.
They're probably just like, what are you talking about?
It's a German meal that I eat a lot back in North Dakota. And it's a very hearty meal as well. And I like it with a glass of milk and 2 pieces of heavily buttered bread.
Oh my gosh, this is so North Dakota.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that means, and it sounds intense. I'm like, oh my god, that's so much. That's just. What's your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert is probably blueberry pie. And it's an antioxidant, so it's good for you.
Right,
There you
blueberries.
go.
That's
Absolutely.
the smart
Yeah.
thing. I just one of my dear colleagues, the social media manager Jeff Moriarty, just brought me banana pie for my lunch because all I've had today is this Starbucks,
There
and
you
I have
go.
banana pie. But you know what? Potassium. There's potassium in those bananas.
There you go.
So I'm
That's good
getting
for you. You
some
need that.
nutrients as well. I mean.
And then if he had brought you a banana and a blueberry pie,
I've got antioxidants
you'd be all set.
too.
You'd
yeah.
be all set. Yeah.
And I think if I had like a pecan pie, maybe there's some protein in those nuts.
There you go.
I'm just trying
there
to
you
figure
go.
it
That's
out.
a very big one in the
Strawberry
South.
pie. Strawberry pie, you get some vitamin C. Really, guys?
My favorite pie, well, actually, I said blueberry, but my favorite pie growing up, rhubarb. Oh, man. I hate it when they mix it with strawberries. I don't like it. I like pure rhubarb. I used to go to my grandmother's house, and my grandmother owned a restaurant. And so when I would go to her house was the restaurant. She lived in the back of the restaurant. And I would pick rhubarb out of alleys on the way down to her house. And she would make me a fresh rhubarb pie then as soon as I got there. And I would just sit on the back, in the back on the swings, and I would wait and wait and wait, and pretty soon it would be hot rhubarb pie with a big scoop of ice cream next to it. Oh.
That's amazing.
Now, I don't know what in rhubarb is good for you. I don't care. I just like it. It's really good.
I feel like a lot of kids these days don't know about kids these days, as if I'm that old, but know about rhubarb pie. I swear, people when they think of pie, especially like Thanksgiving, you think apple pie, pumpkin pie.
And rhubarb pie now they mix with strawberries, and I think that's to take the sour taste out from the rhubarb. But that, to me, that just ruins it. That just absolutely ruins it.
Well, thank you so much, Dave, for the weather update.
Now I'm hungry.
And the pie update. I guess the advice for all you viewers out there, if you're gonna head to the Phoenix Open this weekend, wear some rain boots, be prepared. Sunday Super Bowl goers, you'll be okay. It'll be nice and sunny, partly cloudy. Doesn't matter because you'll be indoors in the stadium.
And if you're in town tonight, I would find a place that had either rhubarb or blueberry pie and go there.
That's some pretty good advice.
I think so.
I think so. Well, hopefully I didn't get you too hungry because I know you have to go prepare for the newscast. I don't know if you have time to eat in between. But maybe one of these days I'll go find you a rhubarb pie to say thank you for joining me all the times you come up here. It's good to see you too.
I am free to go now.
You're free to go. I'm not going to hold you hostage anymore, Dave Muncy. I am sorry. If you feel like I was holding you hostage, that is not the case at all. In fact, I have Linda Williams, Fox 10's very own Linda Williams, right around the corner, about to sit down because we are going to talk all about measles.
First, have you been vaccinated before I sit down?
Oh, why? Are you bringing in the measles?
No, Gosh, I know.
With you? Am I going to get sick?
Here's what's so interesting.
Because you were in a hospital, right?
No, I wasn't. I was at a clinic.
Well, same thing. You were around sick people, potentially sick people.
I think we're safe because they were all there getting vaccinated, so I think we're okay.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Most people, a lot of moms, are going to be getting this call. I don't care if you're a 20-year-old mom or a 40-year-old mom or an 80-year-old mom from a kid saying, did I get a measles vaccination? I think a lot of moms are going to have their kids calling and asking simply because you're a kid. You don't remember.
Right.
So I think measles is at the forefront right now. We have millions of, people watching Arizona, hundreds of thousands of people in town for the big game and the Open and the parties. And, this is a family that we ran into at the county health clinic, and they were spurred to go get their 2-year-old daughter a measles shot because they were afraid of the news. They were afraid from the headlines they were seeing about measles cases popping up again and how this very scary disease that has a high mortality rate for some demographics, was popping up in town. So this little peanut, that's what I called her.
So cute.
Isn't she cute? Her name's Geneva. She's 2 years old. And you can tell by the look on her face, she knows something's coming. She's like 2 years old, but she knows something's coming. And but this is the MMR, the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine that they recommend. I mean, they can't get it to babies under
even
one.
I need to cut away from that because even me looking at
it makes you
needle,
anxious.
It makes me like squirmy. I don't even think I want to show our viewers the actual injection.
You don't have to. I don't know how close the photographer got on it, but I thought Geneva looked like a screamer to me. I thought she was just gonna wail, but
I know.
You know what? She did pretty good.
Yeah,
she cried a little bit, but this is after seeing the headlines, becoming alarmed. Her parents, who live here in Phoenix, said, "You know what? We better get down there, and let's get down there and let's do it today." And
I mean, look how she's so cute.
I know, little pumpkin seed. Yeah, she was very friendly too. She was waving.
And she has a brother with her as well.
She has a brother. Yeah, there you see it is the MMR shot that they call single dose, and he's been vaccinated. He'll have to, I think, get another one maybe. Actually, I don't know. They want you to have 2 doses.
How long does the vaccine last? Because let's say I think I got vaccinated when I was like 3 or something.
But I think it should be okay.
Okay.
And I'm guessing. Everybody check with your doctor. I'm not Dr. Williams. I just play one on TV. No, I'm not even going to try to play one on TV. Check with your doctor. Find out. I'm told that 2 good doses is what does you, or if you've had the measles. I'm a baby boomer. I've had the measles. You're a sweet young thing. You haven't had them, so hopefully you've been vaccinated. But I think the goal of the county health department is to say we've got to get more people vaccinated.
Yeah.
Because
we haven't heard about the measles in so long, and it all started with this outbreak at Disneyland, I feel like. And then suddenly measles were making headlines.
Southern California, they're in trouble right now. We're not. We have 7 cases.
Good thing I left there.
and it's controlled. Southern California has what's called a community-wide outbreak. Mm-hmm. That's alarming. We have an outbreak because even one case of measles is an outbreak, because I think they declared it gone in 2000. 15 years ago, we thought we had this beat. And then slowly, each year, you see more and more cases coming up. People come from Southern California to visit all the time.
I know.
If they come to visit, if they're infected and you don't have your vaccine, then you're exposed.
That's not good.
The head, Dr. Bob England, he's the head of the Maricopa County Department of Health, referred to measles in my interview as the most wildly contagious disease known to man.
Should we hear from him? Actually,
Yes.
I know we have some sound from him right now.
Yeah, he's got some advice, and we also then hear from Geneva's mom,
Let's
talking
hear from the
about
mom
why
first,
they came
actually.
in. Yeah, let's hear from her.
Okay.
So is it all the news and the hype that made you decide to get the shot?
Honestly, yes. Yes. Once we found out of the outbreak, that's what made us say, well, let's get in there today and get this done so we know that she won't be a victim of that.
Because she's 2.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, and she'll be going to preschool and all that stuff as well. You're doing the right thing.
That's right.
Well,
The big distinction is we don't have a community-wide outbreak yet. We have isolated cases with isolated exposures that we know about. We know the folks who were exposed in Maricopa County. It was a clinic setting, so everybody who was there, they have contact information for. We have informed those individuals about their exposure. They know what to watch for. The ones who were unimmunized, such as the infants less than a year old who couldn't get vaccinated yet, we're keeping them out of child care. We're keeping older kids, if they were unvaccinated, out of school. If it's an adult who wasn't vaccinated and never had the disease, we're asking them not to go to work, and if they have to go into public, got to get groceries or something, wear a mask. So we're making sure that if these people do come down with the disease, they're not in a place where they're going to expose others.
That's a good point. I mean, that's, I think, the most important thing is just containing
Containing it.
Oops.
It is containment. Keep it small, because it is like a wildfire. And you let one little spark jump into a different county or a different city or a different school, and it starts other little fires. And then you're running around putting out all these fires. But he says we are not in the middle of a widespread community outbreak like Southern California is, and they are working diligently to make sure that it doesn't grow.
Well, hopefully no one with the measles hits the Super Bowl or the Phoenix Open or anywhere public here in Phoenix. When's your story airing?
Tonight at 5 o'clock. And one thing about the Super Bowl, because we kept calling this Super Bowl measles, they keep saying,
Super Bowl measles.
Should I go? Should I go? I don't know. There's so many people. There's so many germs. You know what he said? He said, go.
I mean,
go.
if you have tickets to the Super Bowl, this Super Bowl,
or any of the events,
I think it's the most expensive Super Bowl of all time in terms of ticket prices.
Is it $6,000?
No, it's $10,000 average per ticket. You should go. And speaking of Super Bowl, I see Jude LaCava over there, and I need to get a sports update from him, Linda. So I'm going to let you work on your story and swap you out for Jude.
Jude's batting cleanup for me. Is that
it? I need to get Jude up here
job, Jude.
because we need to talk all things sports because. I mean, Jude, it's been a very, 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 how many times can I say very, very busy week for you?
It's been a lot of fun, a lot going on.
I mean, it's the sports week of the year here in Phoenix, I'm assuming.
Is there something going on?
I mean, there's this event
little
that
game, a little football game?
a few people are coming into town for. What is it?
What's been the most enjoyable image of this Super Bowl for you?
The most enjoyable image, like visual?
Katy Perry's press conference?
I mean, that was cool. A lot of
Mark
our fans
Wahlberg?
loved tuning into that. That was, like, huge for a lot of people. My most exciting thing in the Super Bowl, having you up here almost every day. Good
Well, now
answer.
that's a very good answer. Not bad at all.
Well, I mean, it's just as busy as it is for you. It's busy for me. I don't, like, yesterday, I think I was broadcasting for 5 or 6 hours straight because there's so much Super Bowl
There
content
is. I mean,
coming in.
it's a quite an event. There's nothing like it in American culture. It's beyond a sporting event. It's the national holiday. It is one big party, and they've seemed to have extended it to a number of days now with NFL Experience, with all the concerts, all the events, the flag football games, the charitable events. I think that's what makes this, from what was once a game to now a major week-long event to wherever city it happens to be. And of course, here in the Valley, it's been fun. I mean, you can be a stargazer. You can love entertainment and sports. You can look at controversial issues, the state of football, the commissioner today. And
I know that was so. What did you think about
Roger Goodell? I thought there was a lawyer speaking. He didn't overextend himself, but I think what impressed me, or in terms of his presentation, is that he had suggested more than once that he was humbled by what was an extremely challenging year. From Ray Rice to Adrian Peterson to the deflated footballs, he was humbled, and he suggests that he's learned from those experiences. That remains to be seen. I think the other part of it is the conduct policy, which will be headed by Mike Bidwell, the owner of the Cardinals, is intriguing in terms of how that's going to play out. And then I also think the state of football as it relates to profit. This is a industry that by 2027 wants to be bringing in revenues to the tune of about $27 billion. They're at about 9 or 10 billion now.
That's revenue, though, not profit.
That's revenue, total revenue. But in terms of London as a potential franchise site, expansion was talked about, moving a team to L.A., maybe from St. Louis, the Chargers, Oakland. That was an interesting issue. But I think it was his position under fire that was the most intriguing.
Absolutely. Someone asked if he should be fired, if his salary should be decreased. I mean, the reporters were not holding back at all during this press conference.
Yeah, he was under fire. And I think that the other part of this was that his friendship and bias towards other owners, Bob Kraft in particular, he tried to defend that and suggest that he's representing the 32 owners, not just one. But I think there's a host of issues that remain unanswered moving forward. What happens with Adrian Peterson's return to the game?
Sure.
What happens with this football Deflategate routine? I think it's going to be weeks away, well after the game, before we really know what happened. And as far as the domestic policy is concerned, the Players Association is going to challenge this in the months ahead. So this isn't over by any means in terms of the conduct policy. But I thought for the most part he talked a lot, didn't say a lot, but was under fire and had to defend himself throughout the almost 45-minute press conference.
Yeah, it was intense. I mean, I also want your opinion on Tiger Woods, by the way. What the heck?
How about this?
I was really looking forward to hitting the Phoenix Open tomorrow.
He won't be there.
That's what I've heard, and I'm really upset about this.
His worst round as a professional. The worst round ever.
But his best shot was also here, in Phoenix's defense.
Yes. Well, I mean, you've got the early Tiger back in '97 when he electrified the crowd, and now you have his lowest point as a pro. Isn't that interesting? Now, here's what's really intriguing. I thought that he handled the post-round press conference as best I've ever heard him. What did he say? I'm here because I don't want to get fined. He did say that. He did say that. He borrowed a line from Marshawn Lynch.
That is going to be on T-shirts everywhere. I swear, if he hasn't trademarked that already, I swear he needs to, because that should be on T-shirts. That should be on everything.
He is sly like a fox, Marshawn Lynch. But I thought Tiger handled it with a smile, which is very unusual for him. We've seen a different personality, but we certainly don't recognize his game shooting 82.
So what caused this?
Well, if you go back to what really has been a strength of his short game was a disaster. And not only did he miss a number of fairways yesterday, today I guess you could commonly refer to it as the yips, where you're just not comfortable with your touch. You're either too long with your chip shots to the green, or you're too short and your touch is way off. And he was all over the map. I heard somebody suggest he was doing the military routine, left, right, left, right. He could not find the cup, and it looked that way. It was a disaster, but he handled this adversity as good as he's ever handled. He wasn't pouting, he wasn't uptight, he wasn't short with people after the round. Now listen to this. He's going home. He's not staying for the Super Bowl because he wants to work on his game. So any thought of him and his early exit hanging for Sunday in the game, he's going back to Florida. So it's back to step one for Tiger Woods. How about that?
That is
Nobody
cr-
expected an 82. I mean, John Hook could probably go out and shoot mid-80s right now, even in this kind of weather. He's a pretty good weekend golfer.
Yeah.
That's how bad Tiger was. No offense, John.
I learned so much about John Hook up here. I didn't know he played football in high school.
Yes,
so
very
he
good quarterback.
plays football and golf. So this must be a great week for him too.
He is in his element. We're having a ball. I mean, this is really cool because anything you want is here. You can do the taste of the Super Bowl with all these named chefs in town. You can look at all of the displays. You can take your family down to NFL Experience and be part of the interactive vendors there. So
or you could go out and party at night and hit
you
up
can
the
party
W
as much
in
as you want and
Scottsdale.
crash all the parties.
Hang out with the Victoria's Secret
That's not
models.
a bad environment.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, for
there's
sure.
a lot of options. Anyone can enjoy Phoenix
Yes.
this week, is what I'm saying.
That's what I like what the league has done. They've opened it up. It's not just a game. It's an event in so many different ways. So it's
Absolutely.
fun, and there's more fun to come this weekend.
I know. What's in store for you this weekend?
Well, we're going to be continuing to roll with some of the interesting coverage issues. Today Peyton Manning talked about his playing future, one of the great quarterbacks, and there's a real question mark whether he'll retire or not with the Broncos. He won the Bart Starr Award, and in addition to that, we'll look at the Goodell issues. And I think, believe it or not, and this is really going to be something way out of the box, we're actually going to talk about the game. We're actually going to look at the matchups over the
People
next day
talk
or so.
about that? Well, I mean, it's a really good matchup.
It's a great
people
matchup.
are actually
and
into this game.
I think that New England represents a very cerebral type of a game where there's a lot of motion, there's a lot of formations, there's a lot of different aspects to what they do, including some rather unorthodox plays. And then I think you look at Seattle's ability to play very physical and one of the best closing quarterbacks in the game in Russell Wilson. So two very different styles. And that's what makes this matchup so special. It's going to be a fun game. It should be very competitive, very close.
Well, thank you for the update. I know I can't keep you too long because it's sports week. Normally I like to keep Jude for like minutes and
hours
minutes,
and
or hours
hours.
and hours on end, but I have to let you go, which is okay because I have Steve Kraft to come up here and tell me about another football-related
Steve
Super
is
Bowl
a big football
related
fan.
story. He has a football story today.
And he wants to break down the 46 defense. If you want to ask him questions about the Chicago Bears, feel free.
I talked to Doug Plank personally about it. How about it? Doug Plank.
All right, Steve, you are in the hot
Named
seat.
after Doug Plank, number 46.
Isn't it nice to come up here and not talk to me about Jody Arias for once?
I cannot tell you how nice it is. Yep.
Hold on, I want to check in on YouTube real quick just to see what people are saying.
Okay.
Going back to our earlier conversation, Rachel Favela, great pie from Naples, New York is amazing. It takes 2.5 hours to prep and 20 to 25 minutes to make. This is going back to my conversation with Dave Muncie. We were talking about our favorite pies. I don't know how we got on that topic.
Okay.
And Ashley Gray saying Rock Springs Cafe has amazing pie.
They're good. They're
Which
good.
is Black Canyon. You've had
Right.
it.
Yes, I have.
Oh, they're just talking about pie and discussing where to get pie. Thanks for the heads up, guys. Good to always chat with you guys, as always. Please leave your comments. Okay,
All right.
so you're not covering areas. What the heck?
Like, what's wrong with this picture?
I know. What's going on?
No,
Is
we have a
everything
good story.
okay?
It's the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And court was actually canceled because of the Super Bowl. Thank you, Super Bowl.
Really? It's because
Yeah.
of the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That's
The
amazing.
judge said. Anyway, we did a story today with the Boron Bobcats. There they are. I'm going to put them up in a second. Mm-hmm. The Boron Bobcats, they are from Boron, California, which is the edge of the Mojave Desert, 2.5 hours from Los Angeles. It's a tiny little town. The whole high school only has 150 kids, 75 boys, and yet they're able to field an 11-man football team. And they won a national contest from the NFL's Together We Make Football promotion. High schools around the country submitted for this. The winner got tickets to the Super Bowl and to come to Valley of the Sun and to see all these activities like the NFL Experience
Right.
and to be wined and dined by NFL luminaries and to go to the big game. And this tiny little school won this national contest. So they are the toast of the town, and they're toasting it right there.
They're so excited.
They're
so
so
happy.
excited. Oh my goodness. They are just freaking out, beyond excited, just incredibly excited.
I mean, it's a moment of a
Loving it.
lifetime.
It is. It is. And, their town is so small,
How big is this town?
a couple thousand people, but it's so
Where
isolated.
is Boron? I mean, I don't even know.
From California, right?
Yes, I'm from California. I thought I knew
Okay.
every city in the
It's-
state.
It's sort of between L.A. and Death Valley.
Okay, got
So
it.
you're going into Mojave Desert,
Sure.
and there's like no trees, nothing except
the world's largest borax mine. It's named after the chemical element boron, the town. And it's so small, there's no Walmart, there's no McDonald's.
Wow, what do they rely on?
I don't know how they live. How would you live without these things?
I don't know, but I know you talked to some of the students, and I want to actually pull up their clips right now.
Let's hear them.
Hold on. Maybe I should increase the volume first.
If you want.
There we go.
Okay, and what are your positions?
DN, offensive line, kickoff return, PAT kicker, and that's pretty much it.
All at the same time?
Pretty much. No.
Tell me how great it's been to be here for this whole Super Bowl deal.
Well, it's honestly been a really great opportunity to come out here. We've never had anything like this in our school happen. I've been in this school for quite a while, and this is really, really cool.
Okay, well, congratulations, and thanks for coming here. Now, tell me about how shocked you were that boron was chosen of all these teams.
I was just stunned. It was like really amazing that we actually got picked, and thank you for all the supporters who voted for us, and that's just the best experience of most of our lives, like all of our lives.
That was so cute. I really like. I mean, they were just so excited, saying it's like the best moment of their life.
Literally.
Those are bold words. I mean, they've had a lot of moments in their life.
Yeah, but this was just great. They're on the national stage, and they're going to this giant game, and they're being treated just like, great. And this is the school is so small. They still field an 11-man team, the smallest school in the entire state of California to field an 11-man team.
Wow.
And they've only got like 50 guys who play football, and that's JV and varsity.
Mm-hmm.
So guys have to play like 2 or 3 positions. So I talked to one of these guys, and I'd say, so what do you play? He would say, I play fullback, and I play linebacker, and I'm a kicker.
I know, I heard that. Yeah. No one just has one position.
No, they're two-way players.
They're very multi-talented.
Yeah, well, they have to be playing offense and defense and special teams. And they had, guys get hurt, which happens all the time in football. Other guys had to step in, playing 2 ways. And they're playing against much bigger schools, and they have a very good history as a team. They've won championships in their league. Didn't have the greatest year this year, but they've had a lot of.
Time out. Even if they didn't do well, like in their league, this is the greatest. This is
the
greatest year for them.
Yeah,
they're at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're at the Super Bowl.
I don't think anything can top this year.
No.
Even if they win a championship other years, this is their championship year.
Right. So,
in
and it brings
their
national recognition to
absolutely
Boron High School, which I have to say I had not heard of.
Until now.
Until today.
All right. Well, IC11's one of our viewers said, cool story, great looking group of boys. Well, so when can people like IC11 see the full story?
Well, I know everyone's going to be watching at 5 o'clock today. We have all kinds of incredible Super Bowl coverage. I'm going to scoot pretty soon down to the Hotel Palomar, where we've got our live setup way up at the top. Troy Hayden's up there.
Right.
I'll join him.
I love our team coverage, by the way. For you viewers online who may have not seen our evening coverage of the Super Bowl this week, we have Troy Hayden in downtown Phoenix. We have John Hook out in Glendale at the stadium, and we have Carrie Lake out in Scottsdale. So we have Fox 10 people all over. Also, reporters are out everywhere. Andrew Hasbin's out in Glendale. So we have all the bases covered here.
That's going to be
Fox
fun.
10 News now.
I've been on the ground. I have not been up in the penthouse. So this will be cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a shout out from the Hotel Palomar. So, that's what we're doing. And we've got so many different angles. Our story will be on between 5 and 6 o'clock.
Okay, guys, so make sure you tune in, Fox 10.
Right.
And I'm sure it'll be posted online later as well.
Oh, yeah, I hope so. Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully. I think it will. Okay. Well, thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to swap you out now for Mr. Mark Martinez.
Mark, you're on, man.
You got the strike memo?
I did. Yeah.
That's a lot of musical chairs. That's just the game I play up here.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Oh, you are our token Katy Perry expert that I have up here.
Yes. Different topic, although we're still talking some entertainment. We will be.
Right. So, I mean, guys, if you didn't tune in yesterday, Katy Perry's press conference, Mark Martinez was a great person to banter with during that. Anyway.
My claim to fame was having gone to one of her concerts. So, we were all over that yesterday. That was great.
Yeah, totally. So what's going on right now?
So with the Super Bowl in town, we've got a lot of big events, and one of the events that was happening yesterday out in Glendale, right near the stadium, was called it was Fan Fest, a big DirecTV sponsored thing, and these are concerts that are outdoor in an old, basically a field, and right near the stadium. Well, it's a dirt field, and we had rain. So it caused some problems. There was a lot of people there yesterday to watch Jason Derulo, Alesso, Calvin Harris.
I think Calvin Harris was the headliner, right?
Yeah, and Magic was out there. So there was a ton of people, and when they went to leave, they ran into some problems. We have some video that somebody took out there to show right now.
This is
all the mud, people trying to get out, and it took over 2 hours for some people to leave. We're talking like into the early morning hours by the time they got out of this field.
Okay,
Take a look at
I
this
want to pull
video.
this up.
And you can hear them too.
Okay.
When you play this, you'll hear the kind of confusion as people are trying to figure out how to get out of all this mud.
Hey! Someone off the track! Boys, let's go! You're good! You're good! You're good! Go, go, go! That's the right, bro. Let's go! Go! Don't let him go yet! Go, right there. Keep that. Go, go! Follow it! Follow it! Go, go, go!
That's amazing.
What a mess.
I'm just going to keep replaying it because it's just like so fun to watch.
Now, not fun if you're stuck in it though. My friends, I had some friends who were out there, and so part of the other problem is even if this was dry ground, and you can see the rain in the headlights of that car, even if it was dry, they only had a couple of exits for these cars, so it was going to take you a while anyway to get out. But you add the mud in, and people couldn't go anywhere. So there's this long line of cars back there that stretched back for a long time, and people I talked to spent 2 hours trying to get out of there. And I'm not sure when the last cars finally got out of there because the concert went pretty late. I mean, we're talking Calvin Harris, who was the final act up there. So people wanted to stay till the very end, get your money's worth, and then you deal with this. So we're not sure. I was told today that they are bringing out some gravel trucks because it's still raining. For people who are watching us on the internet here in Phoenix, we are in Glendale. It's still raining.
Mm-hmm.
So there are big concerts tonight out there. Snoop Dogg's going to be out there. I'm not sure exactly who else is going to be there, but it's a big concert tonight. So they're bringing in some gravel to put down. Hopefully make this a little bit better, so they don't run into this kind of thing.
Right. I just pulled up Google Maps right now. This is the Bethany Home Road and 91st Ave.
Right. So if you want to bring that up,
I
we'll
will.
kind of give people an idea of where this is. The lot there where they're having this used to be a cornfield. It's a family, or a cotton field rather. It was a family who has a big, acreage out there, and they're using it now for concerts for the Super Bowl parties and this big fan fest that they've got going. And, when they were planning all this, they probably didn't think about rain factoring in.
Sure.
So, okay, you see the stadium right there?
Right here.
Yep. And then just south of it, and they're green on the screen.
Right here.
Yeah, those are the parking areas that we're talking about. So right off of Bethany Home Road and 91st Avenue. So in this shot, they were still fields. You can see the cotton growing there. But with such a close proximity to the stadium, they figured, hey, this is a great
parking opportunity.
Yeah, and then the actual festival itself is just in that to the left, right there. Yeah, that's where the concert venue is set up. In a perfect world, it would have been great.
I could do Street View, actually, apparently.
There we go, yeah.
I love Google, just like the things you can do.
Yeah, so this is what it would have looked like before. And you could see, even in this Google, see all the dirt? And you could, keep in mind, because they were using this to grow cotton, and that dirt is...
Is this the same dirt?
Yes. It's thick, and it's kind of soft because it's been turned over a lot. And that's why you add water, and it is just a mess, and that's why.
There's the stadium you can see right there.
It was tough for people to get out of that situation. And there was a lot of frustration out there, too. I mean, obviously you can't plan for everything. They weren't planning for rain. Mother Nature kind of threw us for a loop on that. But they just said it was just chaotic and disorganized. And you saw Linda Williams posted it on her Facebook page, on her Fox 10 Facebook page.
Uh-huh.
And she made a good point. I was just kind of looking at it like, oh my gosh, I'd be so frustrated if I was stuck in that. Her point was how nice of it to see people like helping each other out.
Oh, absolutely.
Because those were fellow concert goers.
Sure.
That were, they said some of the attendants were kind of helping out, but most of those people that you saw like pushing the cars out. Those are people who were getting out of their own cars, kind of like helping others, and then they would get their car out and then kind of move on to the next one. So
I mean, here's the thing. This Fan Fest continues tonight.
Yep.
And the rain also continues
Yes.
tonight. So is this round 2 of a muddy situation, or should people park elsewhere? Should they just Uber
know.
it?
I
Maybe
mean,
they should just Uber it to the concert and
you
avoid
could,
parking
but
altogether.
If you
I
could
don't
try
know.
that, but right now with so many things going on, I have a feeling it's going to cost you a lot of money if you try to get one of the car services right now with the surge pricing. So I don't know, but it's going to. If you're going to go early and maybe try to get a good look at what's going on.
Right.
I mean,
Or maybe
I
if
don't
you
have
don't
all
have
the.
Uber, then have a friend drop you off. I don't know. This
Yeah.
parking situation just looks.
I mean, if
don't
it
know,
were me,
like a mess.
I would try to do whatever I could to avoid parking in that dirt lot right now.
Right.
So, but if and if people out there who are watching this had some video or similar
Right.
experiences, you can send them into us.
I know. Let me check out. Let's see what's going on because the YouTube commenters, I love just checking in periodically to see what they're saying. Let's see if anyone's commenting on this. Oh, Rachel Favela. She's actually a very dedicated
Hi, Rachel.
viewer of ours. I live right across the way from there. It's been raining for about an hour and just stopped not too long ago. The ground has to be a completely muddy mess. Okay, so you viewers that are going to the concert, you've been warned, courtesy of Rachel.
We got a first-hand account from Rachel who lives right there. And that's what I was curious about. I mean, I haven't gone, we're here in downtown Phoenix, so I haven't gone out to look at the site. I just saw the video that week. Can we show that one more time?
Yeah,
maybe,
let's
to
pull
see
that video up again.
Because it is great stuff.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
Not, like I said, great stuff. I don't mean for the people who were in it, but visually. And you can tell, what I noticed is I think it's the next car. Watch this white car. Look at the front tires, just front-wheel drive car, obviously, and it's just spinning and spinning and spinning. And that one too.
Right.
The only way you're going to get out of there is by people just pushing you out. If you don't have a tow truck or something to come pull you out, you're look at the mud all over this guy in the jeans.
Oh my
see
gosh.
his shoes?
Yeah, he's so muddy.
Look at their shoes. I mean,
oh wow. Yeah, when you pay attention to little detail, like when you're watching this, you're kind of just watching the car, but if you pay attention to the actual people, I mean, they're covered in mud.
And the tires themselves on some of the cars, over an inch thick of mud, and they're just slipping and sliding. It's a good thing, when you see those tires spinning as fast and how close their feet get to it as they're trying. It's a good thing nobody got hurt out there, but I don't know. But we should check in with them and see if there's any kind of backup plan instead of using this field.
Right.
So
that is crazy.
Yeah. We got this in earlier today. I saw it posted on Facebook, and asked one of my friends who was out there to send it to us, and they got out of there about. This was taken at 12:07 this morning. So,
wow.
And you see the parking lot is still really full. So I'm sure people spent a good part of their morning out there trying to get out of that situation. Hopefully
early morning.
Hopefully the concert was good, though.
I know. Hopefully,
that sort of
I'm
eased
sure
some
the
of the
people
pain.
that went out had a great time. I hear because this DirecTV Fan Fest is a 3-day thing.
Yeah.
And I hear tonight's is the one that's the most sold out or has sold the most tickets. It's Snoop Dogg, Imagine Dragons, I think Young the Giants tonight. I can't remember.
I think I wrote it down somewhere.
But yeah, a lot of people going out tonight.
Yeah, it's Imagine Dragons, Snoop Dogg, and Young the Giant, Ingrid Michaelson, and American Authors.
This is the one I would go to. I mean, tomorrow's with Rihanna is invite only, so.
You didn't get the invite?
Not yet. Maybe
still,
I will. There's
hope.
Still time. I still have about 24 hours. Rachel Favela asks me, did I get to go see Darius Rucker? No, she's talking about the Phoenix Open. I really wanted to go yesterday. Huge country music fan. But I love Darius Rucker, but I really don't like being in the rain. And so for me, I chose to sleep. I've been going to bed this week at 8:45 p.m. Who have I become? I don't know. Wow. But I was in bed. I was asleep at 8:45.
Well,
I know. So I did not get to go.
You're an early riser, though, so no?
I mean, now I am. I woke up at 3:59 today.
Oh, that's way early.
I mean, because I had to, because I was sleeping so early.
Could have gone out and helped those people push their cars out of the mud,
Right. Well, speaking of rain and the Phoenix Open, actually, that's very timely. We actually have this video fresh from the Phoenix Open. Mia Garcia and her photographer is out there right now. And this video is just showing, how rainy it is out at the Phoenix Open. You can just see.
Got the umbrellas out.
I know. You got to play rain or shine.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Everyone's all bundled up out there, too.
Oh, my gosh. Look at all the rain.
Yeah, this is, it's kind of a bummer because we are known for our sunshine and great weather, and it has been so awesome in the weeks leading up to this.
Right. It was literally perfect.
Yeah.
the most perfect weather for 2 weeks straight at least.
Yep.
And then yesterday?
Yeah. Yesterday was when the rain started.
Yeah.
Did we get any?
It started yesterday.
On Tuesday. Yeah,
you're right. There was a little bit. There was a little mishap.
And then all day today, it's one of those storms we don't get very often. A lot of times it'll come in and just kind of move on out.
Right, it'll be like for a few hours or something.
This is more of like it's just parked right over us, and it's not like a ton of rain as far as the amount. It's just kind of a gentle rain, but it's not going away. It's kind of a bummer if you're out trying to do. To watch any of these events.
Right.
But, it's expected to be clear by Super Bowl Sunday, which is good news for
which
people
is good, but except the Super Bowl is indoors, so you really want
But for your party, like for your parties.
Oh, right, the barbecues and stuff,
backyard.
The tailgates.
Right.
Dave Muncie and I were joking, if all the people are coming in from New England and Seattle, they're just bringing their weather with them.
Yeah, and this isn't a big deal to them, but,
yeah.
For all the other people who are, I'm sure a lot of people specifically were coming here vacation, enjoy the great weather, get out of the rain.
Right.
And then like, oh, sorry. But it's going to clear up, right?
Right.
Dave said.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
no, eventually it will. I'm hoping it clears up earlier rather than later because there is rain in the forecast
and then
tomorrow as
for
well.
that concert tonight, the one out at the Fan Fest.
Right.
There's
nothing covered.
Outside.
And
so you got to bring poncho sales are going through the roof here.
Anyone in the poncho business should head outside and start making some money.
No kidding.
Actually, Mia also talked to some people that were out in the rain at the Phoenix Open, so I want to pull that up for you guys and listen to what they had to say.
Like you're prepared for the wet weather? As much as I possibly could be, I am. Where are you from? I'm from Pennsylvania, so actually I left snow. So even though this is rainy, it's not as cold as where we left.
All right. And what are you here for, the Open or the Super Bowl or both?
Both.
Okay.
Enjoying the Open today, the Super Bowl on Sunday, and a little spa relaxation tomorrow. So.
This is normal for you, right?
It's kind of normal for us. It's kind of warm rain, so it's not too bad though. So yeah, I feel like we showed up to the golf tournament expecting to get all kinds of sun, and we brought our sunscreen, and no sunscreen here. Just beer and partying, I guess. So.
It's very cold in Arizona right now, and it shouldn't be. It should be sunny, 80 degrees, and it's not. So we're doing the best that we can.
I loved her sentiment. She's like, what the heck, Arizona?
Yeah, and I like that.
That was amazing.
That first lady was great, too, as far as just trying to make the most of it.
Right.
She's out here. There's still things you can do.
Right, and she is making use of it. She said she's going to go hit the spas, take advantage of the resorts here.
Right. And, it's sort of one of those things like that guy was saying. It's not bad compared to where they're coming from.
Right.
So, but not to, if you're going out to a golf tournament, this is not the kind of weather you're hoping for.
This is not the weather you want in a golf tournament.
Sorry, everybody.
Or an outdoor concert or anything like that. And also, can I just note, this is probably a combination of the number of people in town. I think people were talking about in our afternoon meeting, this is the highest concentration of people in Phoenix at one time, like ever.
Right.
That's crazy because of the Super Bowl and because of the Phoenix Open. So you have all of that. Coupled with the rain, traffic is horrendous. Yesterday on the 10, leaving downtown, did not move. I'm not a fan of the traffic.
I had this afternoon on my way into work, I avoided the freeway just because of that reason. Well, I thought so, but still was there's just so many people. I mean, it's a good problem to have.
Right.
It's just, you can really tell that these people are now here.
Right.
All the visitors they're expecting, most people getting in yesterday or today.
Right.
And so it's slowed things down as far as getting around town, and then downtown too is crazy.
It's interesting because it's interesting that you said you avoided the freeways because that was my logic. I was like, okay, all of these people from far away, they're just going to rely on freeways because those are the only streets they know. Here's the problem. There are apps like Waze that just mess up things for us local people because now this app is going to tell people how to get around on the side streets. So basically just stay home, guys.
Sure. Well, and I was going to say, one thing I was going to say too, and this is what we're known for here in the Valley, is take all the visitors, all that aside, we don't drive well in the rain because we're not used to it.
Sure.
So we get sprinkles or a little bit of rain and things come to it's crazy. I don't know why, but especially on the freeways, people we're not used to it, but it kind of just comes to a stop, and people who move here from wet climates like Seattle and other cities like that, like, what the heck, it's just rain. It's not snow, it's not, but that you couple that in with all the other people coming to town, it's gridlock. So, but we we knew it was going to we knew the people were coming. We weren't quite sure about the rain. So
yeah, the rain kind of messed things up a little bit. But hopefully the rain doesn't dampen everyone's Super Bowl and Phoenix Open spirits. Hopefully they get to have a lot of fun. And we have some news.
Great. Yes. Just in.
Courtesy of our news
The
director.
parking. So we want to pass this along. Parking for tonight's DirecTV Superfan Festival will now be located at the NFL Gray Lot. So do we have that map still up?
I can pull it up. I did close it, but I can pull it up again.
That's going to be at the corner of 91st and Maryland Avenue. So they're also saying that they've got walkways and pathways there that they've created to make sure that people can get into that main festival entrance. Great. And we're going to put a map on our website at fox10phoenix.com. So that's going to be at Maryland and 91st Avenue on the corner there. It's the NFL Gray Lot. So and then they're putting walkways in there to make sure that people will be able to get in and out safely and avoid that problem.
I did a Google Street View on this.
So that's great.
So hopefully we can pull that up.
That's information that we just got in.
Okay, so this is 91st in Maryland.
So pan around.
Because these are homes, but I feel like across the street.
Okay, so it's
probably this right here.
I think that's, yes.
They're right next to Westgate.
Yeah. The NFL Gray Lot. So, yeah, that's got to be where it is because everything else around there, unless that house is no longer there, that's the only thing which is possible. Let me see if I can find that real quick on my.
So I'm going to do the normal view for you viewers who want to just see a normal map and understand where this is. Maryland Avenue and 91st, that is just north of Bethany Home. Earlier we were showing you images from 91st and Bethany Home. That was a whole muddy parking lot. So this is north of that, the next major intersection, Maryland and 91st Ave.
Right, and so I'm just looking this up right now. So the Gray Lot is what they have been using for handicap parking. So they're obviously going to still have handicap parking there as well, but they must be. It's got to be paved, I would imagine there. So that would certainly solve some of the problems that we saw as far as the mud goes.
FYI, we know the street view is from May 2014. That's according to what the Google date says. So this is that image from then. So
yeah, and so you're going to need your ticket to get into that lot apparently, and then they'll have some walkways set up to get you across to where the concert's actually going to be held. So wow, breaking news right here.
I know, really breaking news.
Now.
Hopefully you guys going to FanFest were watching News Now and got the update right here. You'll know where to park. Hopefully you have some fun. Have fun for Mark and myself because we would love to go see here. Snoop Dogg, right?
Sure, that'd be a great concert.
It would be really fun.
And again, we do have that info for you on our website at fox10phoenix.com. So if you missed it live, you can go back there and make sure you get to the right location tonight.
And send it to your friends that are going to the concert too.
Yes, help them out.
Yes. Well, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of Super Bowl week and the Phoenix Open week. We love having you guys interact with us on YouTube.
Yeah, it's
always
great.
Super fun.
Especially Rachel out there, right? Rachel?
Yeah.
She gave us the bird's eye view of what was going
that
on
was
there.
Amazing.
We appreciate
Thank you so much. And thanks so much for watching. As always, I totally blanked. It's something I say every day. But as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Fox10Phoenix. That way you will stay updated on everything we do, whether it is a press conference from the commissioner of the NFL or a press conference from Katy Perry and Mark's thoughts on Katy Perry.
Right.
We bring you everything as it happens, when it happens. We also, talked about Mitt Romney not running in 2016 earlier this morning. So there's a lot going on. Oh, and Suge Knight. There's too much going on right now. I don't even know. I can't keep track of everything.
It's been a busy day, that's for sure.
Yeah, busy week.
Yeah, right, I know. Here's Friday.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.